Welcome to the ninth line. As I said before, we transcending the solar system, we leaving the Earth, we crossing Mars and Jupiter, along with Saturn all the way to Pluto. Welcome. This is Planet 9 C# Learning.
They taking chances wanna be me. I put you in your place and fitty. Knitting and looks like I don't send me tea. Just like her, sang it fitty. Fitty, I need fitty. Hey, that come a believe. Me na my fuck, I'm a givey. Hey.
Alright, welcome back, and today we have built an application that's gonna render the employee to enter their name, enter the employee number, enter the number of hours they have worked, and it's gonna allow them to enter the rates of pay at which they get paid. And then after that, it's gonna give the employee its salary or his or her salary. So without wasting any more time, we're gonna get down to the gist of this thing. We're gonna get down to the statement, and after we break down the statement, I'm going to go into C# or Visual Studio, and we're gonna create a class. After creating a class, we're gonna create our controller, and after creating a controller, we're gonna go create our view, which is gonna be rendered here. So do not click off this video, do not do anything else. For now, your attention must be on this video. So make sure you learn and make sure you follow along with me so that you get the full benefit of this video. Let's get started. Alright, so today we're going to be solving this scenario right in front of us. So you see, many of you, if you are accustomed to coding, you will realize that in coding, we are required sometimes to solve scenarios rather than just go to your computer and code. So we're going to solve this scenario. We're going to take this scenario here and we're going to do it in our Visual Studio. So let's read out what it says. It says, write a program that will accept an employee's name, number, hours worked, and rate of pay. So what does this first sentence tell you? This sentence tells you that the program must be able to accept the employee's name, it must be able to accept the employee's number and employee's number of hours worked and the employee's rate of pay. So you see, these four things, you could consider them as just properties. They are properties that we will have to work with in order to be able to build our application and make it functional. This is going to revolve around these properties. There are four of these properties, right? Okay, so fine, let's move on. It says calculate the employee's wages using the hours worked and rate of pay. So we should calculate the employee's wages using the hours worked and the rate of pay of the employees. Meaning that I'm guessing I have to multiply hours worked with the rate of pay. So here's another thing. If the hours worked is less than or equals to 40, the employees work normal hours and get basic wages. Ooh, okay, now then this is a tough one. They said if the hours worked is less than or equal to 40, see, this is important. If the hours worked is less than or equal to 40, the employees work normal hours. So the employees will be working normal hours and get a basic wage. However, if the employee works more than 40 hours, then he gets an overtime pay, which is time and half for every hour overtime hour. So you see, sometimes coding, they will try to like sway you here and there. What they're saying here is that if the employee works more than 40 hours, from 41 plus, he's gonna get paid 1.5 more than he usually gets paid, which means he's gonna get paid 0.5 more, and that 0.5 plus 1 adds up to 1.5. I hope you get what I mean. It's gonna be a little bit something like this. 1 plus 0.5 equals to 1.5, where it's like this. 1 is equals to normal time and 1.5 is equal to overtime. I hope everybody gets this. It is pretty simple. So if the hour or if the employee works more than 40 hours, then he gets overtime payment. He gets an overtime pay. So you see, these are all the crucial things you need to like bring out from your statement, whatever statement they give you in coding. So what do they say in the final statement? Calculate the overtime wages. So I must calculate the overtime wages. Let me change color to blue for this one. Okay, no, this one is too, it's bad. I hate this one. Let's make it green. So it's overtime wages, normal wages, and total wages as well as the overtime salary. So they want us to display these four things: the overtime wage, the normal wage, the total wage, as well as the overtime salary. So these are the four things we must represent. So we're gonna go to Visual Studio and we're gonna start by creating our class and entering these properties. All right, now here we are. We have successfully deduced the statement, and now we are about to create our class. But our class is only going to have a few things, which are going to be, okay, first we need to name our class. Don't forget, we're just creating a normal C# class. Please name class 1. Yeah, no, I'm going to just go with it. Nobody's going to die. Public string. First, we must put our EMP name or employee name. Then after that, you should put in your get set methods. That's nice. And then public string is gonna be EMP. Then you put your get set method again. Right after that, you should go like this: public, gonna be int hours worked, hours worked, hours worked. After that, it should be it should be public double. Public double. I'm gonna make this one rate. Okay. That is gonna be get methods. All right. Last thing we could include is public double wage. So on this property, we're gonna include like the wages property, like the total wages. These are the properties. After creating properties, you should go to create your method. Method is how your properties are gonna interact with each other. So you just say public double bulk wages. I'm gonna create two local variables to use inside my calc wages method. First one is gonna be norm wages, wage, set it to 0. The second one is gonna be over wage. It is norm wage and over wage because we are talking about normal wage and overtime wage. So in order for me to be able to use these things properly, I need to have them as local variables here. So if hours worked greater than 40, then you're gonna have something of this sort. It's gonna be norm wage equals to equals hours worked divided by pay. Then you're gonna have over each is gonna have hours worked minus 40, because right now we're calculating for the hours that are above 40, meaning 41 plus. So it's gonna be that, and gonna be multiplied by base pay multiplied by 1.5, since it is charged at a different. Next, we're gonna use hanging else. Hanging else is used whenever is used whenever you are using an if else statement that has only two conditions. So you see here on this if statement, we can only have two conditions executed. First condition is this one: hours worked could be greater than 40. If the hours worked are somewhat less than 40 or are 40 exactly, then that's gonna fall to the else part, which I'm about to do here. It's gonna be else non-wage equals to hours worked multiplied. Yeah, I think we should be able to conduct a return statement now. Return statement is going to have norm wage plus overwage. When you're asking me, if you're going to ask that, why am I blessing norm wage and overwage? I'm blessing it because if here you would, okay, let's say the employee's number or the employee's number of works hours. Let's say the number of hours worked by an employee is greater than 40. Then this block of code is going to be executed. So I'm going to get the value for norm wage, which is going to be stored here. I'm going to get a value for overwage, which is going to be stored here. Then the addition of that is going to be like that. Voila. Going to give us the answer. If this block of code is executed, then automatically overwage is equals to 0. So it's whatever number I have here plus 0. It should explain itself. Anything added by 0 is returned. So after that, we should go forward and create our controller. Alright, so to build a controller, you right click on the controllers folders, you click add, and then you click controller, and then you're going to click the MVC 5 controller that is empty. Right after that, you're going to click add, and then it's going to gather information. I don't know why it's gathering information, but it always gathers it. You're going to name your controller. I'm going to name my controller wage. Click add, it's going to scaffold. After that, it should get you to the action result page or the public class action results, whatever you want to call it, but it's the controller page. So usually it depends how much time it's gonna scaffold depending on your device. For me, it takes a bit longer, but for you, it might take shorter. So you see, you have your public action results index. Don't forget, you have a public class wage controller inheriting from cloud controller. EBR out of the way. So we're gonna change the name of that index to something more professional, like show wages. Not shoe wages, no, show. Yo, spelling error. We're gonna copy all of this. Then you're just gonna say paste, and then you might want to write something that is called an HTTP post. An HTTP post is a post that uses, it's an HTTP post. Write it there. I'm not gonna explain why. It's class 1. That's the name of my class. I'm gonna name my object CS. So it's giving me an error in class 1 because I have not used the namespace above. See, say using employee wage models. You just click that. It's usually going to solve your problem here. If you're doing your coding manually, like on an exercise book, you would want to write down this line of code. Yeah, just to be safe. So CS is the name of my object. This is the object that I'm going to use to access the properties of class 1. It's going to be cs.cmp name equals to cs dot, you know what, I'm not gonna write all of this. I'm gonna use something that is much cleaner of an approach. It's gonna be calc wages. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this. All right, back again. So to complete our controller, just add cs here. CS, the name of the objects. After that, you're going to go to your views. Under views, you're going to find a wage folder. You're going to create a view from that wage folder. Click add, and then you're going to name your view show wages. And click add. After that, I'm going to say add models, I think. Add model. Small letters, sorry. Model. You're going to use the name of your application. Employee wage dot models dot name of your class. It's class 1 for me. And then I'm gonna say add using this add things. This is the razor syntax. It's called razor syntax. A lot of people are not familiar with razor syntax, but you should be familiar with it if you wanna work in the coding industry. Begin form, and then now we're gonna use a little thing called, this is our action results. You're gonna input your action results here. After that, you're gonna input your controller name there after your action results. And then after that, you're gonna put something called form method.post. Form method.post. After that, you're gonna open 2 curly braces. This is where you're gonna start inputting all the lovely details. Enter the employee's name. Gonna be at HTML dot editor 4. And then it's gonna be something like n equals to and then dot cmp name. Nothing much though. Right now, after this, it is pretty simple. Here you're gonna say enter the employees number, and then it's gonna be html.editor4. Say a here equals to whatever this thing is. I'm gonna use a again. Dot emp num. That's gonna be a div again. This one's gonna be enter the employees number of hours worked. Gonna be at html editor 4. And then after that, it's gonna be you can use whatever letter you want here. That's the fun part about all this. You can use whatever letter you want, and you can get away with more shit too. Hours worked. And that's gonna be a div. Div again is gonna be enter the Let's enter the rates of pay. Gonna be at html dot editor 4 UI then it's gonna be rates pay. Now the div is gonna be this one. Say the employee's wage is at html dot display 4. All right, so yeah, dot display 4, and then you do the same shit. I'm gonna use p here. P again. Okay, this thing here, p dots wages, not calc wages. Why does it want me to use calc wages? Hey, dumb machine. Wages. Wage. Yeah. Now we're going somewhere. So just to make our little code, oh, we need to make a button too. We'll make it later. For now, I'm just gonna make my code cleaner by adding spaces to it. Gonna make another block cleaner. I'm adding spaces as I'm doing this thing, so you can choose to add these things if you don't wanna. If you want to add them, you can too. There's nothing wrong with it. So I'm gonna make another div here for the button. It's gonna be input. Input. I'm gonna say type here equals to submit. The value is gonna be calculate. Yeah. I think we've done well for ourselves. Like, not many people can design this thing this quickly. So after that, we should go to our root config. We're gonna change the controller we're using to age. Change the other one to what is this? What is the action results we're using again? Show wages. Copy this. Come paste it here. Hit run. And you should get pretty amazing results. I'm not gonna skip over this part. I want you to all see that this thing actually does take a long time to load, and it's okay for it to do. So we're gonna wait. Yeah, it's getting annoying at this point now. Yeah, should be done now. Failed, succeeded. Now it's loading up one last time. Okay, screen is lighting up white. That's good sign, you could say. Let's see what's gonna happen. Ooh, finally, after a long wait, we're finally about to see how our application turned out. Hey, maybe it's bad, but nah. Any code I do is guaranteed to be success. Never doubt it. Okay, but and as I told you, every code I do is guaranteed to be a success. So yeah, it's not really like structured in a very formal manner, but I wasn't really concerned about the structure in this project. The only thing I was concerned about was the logic behind it. So does our application work? Let's test it out. Enter our name here. This is our employee number. Maybe we work like 42 hours and our rate of pay is like 20 rands per hour. What is our employee wage? It is 900. Yo, I do not earn that much. Yo, Mac. Maybe if it was 200, I would have more. Yeah, but 9,000. Nah, yeah. That's in as a student. Hey, okay, but don't need. So this is basically how you would do like a simple web application like this one. It's not that difficult of a thing to do, but it does take a lot of skill to master, and the fact that I did it this quickly really surprises even myself. So I will be making more videos of me breaking down other statements, other scenarios, and bringing them to life and solving them to a point where you can see them being implemented like this. So if you like this video, if you found it informative, if you learned something new, please leave a like on it down below in the description, and please subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release new content. And please stay sharp, stay coding, stay safe. This is the 9th planet. This is Pluto. Welcome to 9th planet C# learning. I hope you enjoy your journey here.
Hey, they taking chances wanna be me. I put in your place and fitty. Knitting and loose, I got them singing MVC. The striker, sang it fitty. Fitty, I need fitty. Hey, that come a believe. Me na my fuck, I'm a givey. Hey, they taking chances wanna be me. I put in your place and fitty.